Hi, I'm Elena, and welcome to Makeup Fabulousness. This is my first video, so I'm really happy you all came here. I decided to start this channel after rediscovering my lost love for makeup. Don't get me wrong, I was always wearing makeup of one type or another, but as I got out of school and finished college, I kind of became more subdued and went for a more natural look. I always made it a rule, always have mascara and lipstick, but I never really got into the rest of it. I somehow fell away from it. And just recently, I've just rediscovered how much I truly loved the look of makeup. And I really, really missed it. And when I decided to do this channel, I decided to focus on cruelty-free makeup. I am a lifelong animal lover, and I've always had a true love for dogs, and I've even warmed up to cats as I got older. And I just thought, well, I'm not a vegetarian. It's something that I try to be conscious of. Like, there's just some foods I will never eat, but I found for me that I do need some meat for my body. So I will never be a hardcore vegetarian. Maybe someday I may be a pescatarian, but I just don't have it in me to be a vegetarian. But one thing I was always a staunch believer in, and this was even before I even thought of doing a YouTube channel, was not putting stuff on my face or in my hair that was tested on animals. Now, cruelty-free is a very interesting area because so many companies say they're cruelty-free, but something happens and then they're not cruelty-free anymore. An example of this would be Avon. I briefly worked for them in 2012 as a salesperson. This was when I was between jobs. Now I work as a web designer, but I was into their makeup, and they always made a product quality makeup, and I was really proud of the fact that they were cruelty-free at that time. Then 2013 comes along, and China puts a law out that any products sold in China must be tested on animals. Well, many of the cosmetic companies agreed to those laws, and Avon was one of those companies. So I have quite a few Avon products, and I'm trying to get through them, but because they test on animals, poor Avon, can't use you anymore. So what I haven't already discarded, I'm trying to get rid of. So I thought that I would do my first video featuring organic natural products, and I decided to focus on 100% pure. Now, I was always intrigued by 100% pure, and you probably would think that I discovered it through YouTube or through the internet, but in actuality, I was walking through a mall one day, and I'm like, 100% pure, wow. And they actually had a store in the area that I lived in at one of the larger malls. And so I got a little bit familiar with it, and I was a little bit hesitant because their products seemed a little on the pricey side. But then I thought to myself, well, you're willing to spend the same money for something as comparable as Estee Lauder, or one of those department store products. So when you look at it that way, they're really pretty comparable in price. But although I do know that companies like Estee Lauder and Lancome do test on animals, I will be featuring both, high-end as well as drugstore products, because I really do believe that both offer you great opportunities. And so I'd like to share with you my recent haul that I did at 100% Pure the past couple of weeks. So when I visited the website, it happened to be during their friends and family sale. And I got stopped in my tracks as soon as I saw these two items. This was the, their Mangosteen bath shower gel. And this is their matching body butter. So these two items are $44. They're all natural, all vegan, and the proceeds of all the profits go to the Soy Dog Foundation. Now, some of you may not be familiar with that, but I recently learned that the Soy Dog Foundation is an animal rescue foundation, and it's not one of those scams. A lot of people think that, and it's truly not. It was established in Thailand to help rescue the animals. Now, we have it bad here in America, but there's so many places overseas that have it so much worse. And the Soy Dog Foundation was started by three individuals. Two of them were from England, who had dedicated their lives to simply saving these animals. And since 2003, it's grown to have over 50 full-time employees, and it's all volunteer. Like any veterinary care they have is done by volunteers. So that really spoke to my heart. So even though this is a little bit pricier than what I would normally pay for bath products, it had me. And I said, you know what, this is the great way to get started. So there's so many makeup products out there, and you really have to keep track. So with that, this one, you know, you get a decent amount of product for your money, and the biggest thing you have to remember about organic products is that they will, you need to use them. You can't let them sit like you can more traditional or standard beauty products and stuff like that, because the minute you let them sit, they can spoil. So these have a shelf life of about 6 months, and so as long as you remember that, and then you just kind of balance it with your other makeup products, you should be fine. And I found some really exciting products in addition to these two that went to charity, so I said, let's just go ahead and do it. So one of the products I found was Moisturizer, and this is the green tea oil-free moisturizer. Now, I'm one of these people who have combination skin. When I was younger, my skin was really oily. Now that I'm a little bit older, it's pretty much, it's more normal. And in the summer, it'll probably get more oily, especially in the T-zone. So I'm really a staunch believer in sunscreen. I tend to be very sensitive to the sun, and so, you know, with this, what appealed to me is you can wear it under makeup, and it's not a chemical sunscreen, but a physical sunscreen. So the nice thing about physical sunscreen is that you see where you put it because of the zinc oxide. So this gives you a whitish cast, which wearing by itself, maybe not the best thing, but it works really well under primer and makeup. And I tried this this past Sunday, and didn't burn. I was outside for probably about an hour and a half in the sun hiking, and I was able to wear my makeup over it. And the other product I picked up from them was their Luminous Primer. And this is nice because it has vitamins and antioxidants. And instead of giving you a matte finish, it'll give you a nice glow. So when I put it over it, there was still a touch of the sunscreen, but it wasn't nearly as overpowering. And once I put on some foundation over that, I was good to go. I liked the feeling it had. It was nice and light feeling, and it didn't weigh down my skin. So I'm really excited to use more of this, and I will let you know in my when I've worn this a little bit more and have a little bit more of an accurate opinion. Another thing I got, and I was so curious about this, was a sheet mask, and this is their Gingseng Collagen mask. Now, it's really funny. It reminds me of Jason from the movie Friday the 13th. But I figure, well, you can get one good wear out of this, maybe even more. And they say it adds collagen back to the face and helps condition it. So I figured this is a really great way to try it. I tried one. They tend to be a little pricey, and I guess some of you are really familiar with the sheet masks, and others maybe not so much, but I figure, okay, one time, you know, trying one, and since I figured you had nothing to lose. And then the last thing, this was actually a gift with purchase, and this is the Caffeine Bean eye cream. So I'm looking forward to this because sometimes I'll pull really late nights doing work at night or bringing my work home with me. And I wake up with the really, really dark circles under the eyes. So the caffeine in this is supposed to get rid of the dark circles and stuff like that. So I can't really tell you the prices off the top of my head, but what I'll do is list them at the bottom under the video and give you links to the site. But so far so good with all this. I haven't had any breakouts, and it really has a nice feel, and I like that the ingredients are pretty simplified. They're not difficult to read. You know, a lot of makeup companies, they put a lot of chemicals in their stuff, and don't get me wrong, there are companies that I just adore, such as Urban Decay or Too Faced, but you know, it's good to try other products too. You know, you don't want to limit yourself to just a certain brand, and I've always been the type to experiment. So I plan on doing tutorials for you guys, and for all of you who've done tutorials up to this point, I have nothing but awe for you guys, because I tried doing one as my first video, and there's so much little things that go into that you guys amaze me how you're able to do that flawlessly. So my hat goes off to you. So I want to thank you all again for joining me, and please like this if you'd like to see more videos. If you'd like to connect with me on Instagram or Pinterest, I have my information below. And I thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, bye-bye.